News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. There's your closing bell for this Friday on Wall Street, where stocks headed toward their highest since February, and bond yields rose as jobs data allayed concerns of an imminent economic slowdown. We're going to get into all of it. First, though, let's bring you those closing numbers. We do it for you each day here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500 gained 61 points. NASDAQ gained 231 points. The Dow gained 443 points. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.5%. The 2-year yield at 4.04%. Kilmore Abrego Garcia is back in the U.S. to face charges. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Abrego Garcia has landed in the United States to face justice. On May 21st, a grand jury in the Middle District of Tennessee returned a sealed indictment charging Abrego Garcia with alien smuggling and conspiracy to commit alien smuggling.
The man the Trump administration acknowledged was wrongly deported to El Salvador from Maryland is charged with allegedly transporting undocumented migrants within the U.S. The Supreme Court had told the administration to seek Abrego Garcia's return. China has approved temporary export licenses to rare earth suppliers of top U.S. automakers. Reuters reports the licenses, some of which are valid for 6 months, will help alleviate risks to global automakers' supply chains posed by China's restrictions on exports of rare earths. CBiz investment global market strategist Anna Rathburn says this is an important step with China.
They called our bluff. 145% tariffs, and they didn't blink, right? So I think it's going to take a lot more nuanced negotiations, and I would look at this rare earth minerals news as an opening for a good faith negotiation.
CBiz's Anna Rathburn speaking to Bloomberg TV. Shares of GM are less than 0.5% higher. Ford shares gained nearly 2%. Stellantis shares up 1%. And Tesla shares ended the day about 4% higher, but saw its worst weekly decline since 2023, down 15% after the alliance between Elon Musk and Donald Trump ended in a very public spat. Musk eventually calmed down and seemed to be looking for a way to end the conflict, and that helped Tesla's stock price today. But Trump was still fuming and considering getting rid of a Tesla vehicle that he obtained during a White House event. A person familiar with the schedule tells Bloomberg there are no plans today for a phone call between the president and Elon Musk. Congressional Republicans are siding with the president in his feud with Musk. It started over the $3 trillion tax bill, which is a key part of the White House's economic agenda. Despite Musk's criticism of the bill, lawmakers are betting that staying in Trump's good graces is the safer path to political survival. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries hopes dissension among Senate Republicans could ultimately kill the bill.
The extreme and reckless Republican budget, the GOP tax scam, will be a central part of the contrast that exists between House Democrats and House Republicans in the context of the midterm election. Every single Democrat has voted against Trump's one big ugly bill.
Republicans on Capitol Hill are focused on working with the Senate to revise the bill and ensure it has the political support to pass. President Trump is urging the Fed to cut rates by a full percentage point, intensifying his pressure campaign against Fed Chair Jay Powell. This after jobs data showed non-farm payrolls rising by 139,000. And while Philadelphia Fed President Patrick Harker sees that jobs data as solid, he also says the Fed should wait for uncertainty to resolve before taking action on interest rates.
I just think taking a preemptive action right now on hypotheticals as opposed to what the hard data is telling us is a mistake.
Harker tells CNBC he sees a potential path to lowering rates in the second half of this year if economic clarity improves and inflation continues to decline to 2%. Stephanie Roth of Wolf Research tells Bloomberg TV that looking ahead, immigration is likely to have a significant impact on the data.
Last week, the Supreme Court ruled that they can terminate 530,000 visas for people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela, effectively overnight. So this is likely going to show up over the next couple of months. But we're going to see a notable headwind, bringing the steady state trend in payrolls growth below 100,000. But what we're learning today is that might be an underlying economy that's still fine.
Listen to that interview with Stephanie Roth of Wolf Research by downloading the Bloomberg Surveillance podcast. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. This is Bloomberg.